Hi, all. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, March 25th, a day that was remarkably unremarkable, a day in which the Dow closed up fractionally, essentially flat. The S&P was flat. The Russell was up about 0.4%. So the Russell was the star performer of the day. But like I said before, it was a very unremarkable day. A lot of seesawing between the uh, zero level green, changing to red, changing to green, changing to red, that kind of day. I did make a couple of trades just before the close. I decided to reduce my position in actinium pharmaceuticals, cut it in half, but with the point of view of coming back in either below what I paid, what I sold it at, or above if I have to. So I'm gambling on a few pennies, no big deal. And also, I took for an overnighter TWM, which is twice an ETF that is short, 2 times short the RUT. Of course, the RUT had a decent day today, but I'm very suspicious about the markets in general. So I wanted to have a little protection that way, and we'll see what happens. I'm not going to be in that trade for long. As I pointed out, you cannot view them as long-term trades. They're very short-term trades, a day or 2 or 3. So what else did I do today? Well, I took a walk because it was really a pretty nice day. It did rain a little bit, but it rained so little that I even walked in the rain. Met some friends, met a friend for lunch. That was fine. And how did I kill the rest of the day? I'm not even sure. That's the kind of day it was. Just kind of flew by. Uneventful. Oh yeah, big event for the day was going to the supermarket and looking for beans. Yeah, I'm into rice lately. And I figure if I'm into rice, I should be into beans. So I bought a couple of cans of Nature's Promise, black beans and pink beans, whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called, pinto maybe. And they're particularly good because all you have to do is open the can, heat them up, and throw them on the rice, and you're good to go. So that was my dinner for tonight. I'm eating increasingly bigger breakfasts, bigger lunches, and relatively small dinners. Although I did eat like a double portion, a big bowl of rice, and not too many beans. In any event, I guess I had a poor man's dinner, a rich man's breakfast, and in between lunch, something like that. Whatever the expression is, I'm sure I'm butchering it. In any event, let's get to the video charts because I'm sure you don't want to hear too much about my diet. Maybe you do, but we'll discuss that another time when we're discussing diets. Today, we're not discussing diets. We're discussing stocks. And the question is, with stocks, is are we in a corrective phase or not? As always, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Seek an investment advisor if you choose to act on any of my ideas. Most of my ideas lately have been rather good. Occasionally I have a clunker or two. Your job is to weed out my clunkers from my good ideas. And if you can do that, let me know so I know how to play it. Because I have trouble sometimes weeding out my clunkers from my good ideas, because to me, all my ideas are good ideas. Otherwise, they wouldn't be my ideas. So it's difficult for me to weed them out, probably easier for you to weed them out. In any event, we're going to look at ATNM, TWM, the RUT, the Dow, Voyager Pharmaceuticals, which is a shining star in a sea of red. So what should we look at first? Well, I have the chart for actinium. So I guess we look at actinium first. And what really upset me about actinium was the fact that it did not make a hit or a touch of this downward trend line, which it had been on one side or another of since early March. And I didn't like the feel of it. So just before the close, right around where it closed at, I got rid of half my position and looking to get back probably at where the low of the day was here, 44 pennies. Or if I want to gamble, this is clear-cut support at 41 and a change pennies. So for either 44, 43, or 42 pennies would be my goal to get back in. Maybe I even get back in with more shares, because I like it in the long run. I just don't like its action, its price movement lately. And on the upside, I would take my loss if it hits the trend line again. So that's the loss I would take probably tomorrow would be about 51 pennies, 4-penny loss. I'm basically looking for a 4-penny gain versus a 4-penny loss. It's not really gain or loss. It's just, let's say, adjusting my position according to the market sentiment, which I think is negative. I'll probably be doing this sort of thing with a lot of my stocks. This is just the first one that I'm doing it with. Some of my stocks, I will probably sell half and just choose to go back into something else with the money, maybe at a later date. TWM, that is double. That's the short ETF, which gives you 2 times the IWM in terms of percent. So this was down 0.8%. Theoretically, the RUT should have been up 0.4%. I think it was. It was pretty close to that. So anyway, I bought near the close, and we'll see what happens. You know, what would be my take profit, my stop loss? I guess my stop loss is 15, and my take profit up all the way up here at 18. I take some profit right here at 17.35. So 17.35 would be half my profit, and 18.35 the rest of it. I don't think we go above this 18.35. It also happens to be the turning point of the 50-day. Just a little item of interest. The RUT. So I'm in it for a 1-point loss, right? If it goes down to 15, I'm out on this particular trade. I didn't figure the percent, but you know, that's where it stands. The RUT should have been up about 0.4%. Let's see. This is a Russell 2000, which has been doing poorly lately. This is not right. This must be the Friday close. Yeah, this is a Friday close. I don't know why Yahoo does that to me all the time. So we have to reload. This looks better. Up over 0.4%, 0.46%. That's about right. And what did it do? Well, all it did with this move up is inch up towards the 50, which would be resistance here. And also I did a little retrace of the Friday big red candle. I think it could do a bigger retrace, maybe all the way up to here, 15, what is that, 1525? 1535. So I'm thinking it could go to 15, low of the day, 1535. So 1535, I think would be the strong resistance and strong support is at this level, 1494. Very nice support just where it hit bottom today. If it goes through that, then we're looking again at levels around 1444. And that would give me my anticipated gain in the double short ETF. So that's what I'm looking at for a turnaround play right at the bottom of this low here. Dow Jones Industrial Averages. A lot of people were under the impression that we would get a big move up because of the Mueller thing. And for some reason, I get the close as of March 21st. Yahoo Finance a little flaky. So now it's better, up 14 or flat, 0.06%, fractional move. Let's take a look at the chart. Notice the Fibonacci retracement from the 26,241 level on Feb 25, all the way down to the December 24th candle down here. December 26th candle, whatever. Day after Christmas was a low. What was that low? Let's take a look. What was the low? The low on the Dow was 21,712. I think we turn around. My forecast, let me make it my official forecast, is that we have a pretty big sell-off here over the next few weeks to this level, which would be, I have no idea what it would be, 23,451. Let's call it 23.5. So I see 2,000 points being shed from this level. That's a pretty significant amount, 2,000 points. It's not 10%, but it's not 5%, somewhere in between. Probably around 7% from peak to trough. Nice correction, 7% correction is what Dr. J is forecasting. I mean, it's quite possible it doesn't get that far, and I hope not. I hope the 50 found support today, but the turning point of the 50 right in here is an interesting place for it to stop. The low of this candle, 24,244, is an interesting place for the Dow to stop. So either the low 24s or the mid 23s, those are the two most likely that I see. And I do think we will continue down. I hope I'm wrong. I hope, in fact, that the big red candle we saw on Friday is just a head fake, and we wind up closing above that red candle, closing at the trend line, at least a close at the trend line. Actually, a close above the high of Friday would negate the whole idea of a correction. So if we close above 25,877, I will be long all the way and forget about the correction. That would change my mind. Again, I think we're going to see something like what happened on the 25th and 26th and 27th of February, a series of very small ranges on the Dow, a series of dojis, just like we had here. So I could see another doji drifting us down a little bit, followed finally by a nice move down to the 24.8 level, which is another possible stopping point. This is support right here. So there are possible stopping points way prior to the 61.8% retrace. But I do think this will be a severe, not severe, but a decent sized correction. That's why I'm calling for a 61.8% retrace, or just above that. Voyager, is this one that will buck the trend? Quite possibly. It's been in a nice trading range between 1750 and what's this high here? 1750 and like 1890, something like that. So from 1750 to 1890 is a point and a half, not even. So today's big candle, big green candle, broke that level, went to closed at 1914, made another new high. This is the fourth higher high in a row, and it also engulfs the day before. So and the Thursday candle engulfed the Wednesday candle. So we have a series of engulfing candles, something you don't see too often. I'm thinking that Voyager is going to try to make an attempt to make a new high above the 1980 high, above $20. And I think it does that unless the market collapse is just dreadful. So in an ordinary 7% correction, I think this will be one of the few biotechs that bucks the trend and goes up. That's a bold statement. I'm looking to buy more on dips. I have added, I told you when I added sometime last week. So that's where we are. There are a few stocks that I like. Most of the biotechs behaved like the rest of the market and didn't have a great day. Very few of them did. Cielos is another one that had a very nice day, but I didn't feel like charting it. It's late in the night, late in the day. So I'm going to stop screen sharing, and I'm going to thank you all for being loyal subscribers and loyal followers and whatever you want to call it, loyally viewing my vlog and pushing me above 1,000 subscribers in short order. I mean, last week, it was 7 days ago, I think I had 900 subscribers. And on Sunday, it went above 1,000. So I'm very, very thankful. I'm thankful to all of you who think enough to follow and tune in and hear words of wisdom I have to say. I also appreciate those who have constructive criticisms or even not constructive. I don't care. I like hearing from you one way or the other. On StockTwits, somebody pointed out that I shouldn't say my guess for the bottom is. And that's true. It's more than a guess. It's my forecast. So I appreciate things like that, or anything you have to say. This has been Dr. J Streaming Live. Don't forget to subscribe, recommend this to your friends, share the link, write comments. Give me a thumbs up, please. Adios, amigos. Let me say shalom. Let me say sayonara, arrivederci, au revoir, ciao, take care, hasta mañana, bye.